Howdy folks, Southern Songbird Farm here. We just want to kind of show you what's going on today. We've had to move some chickens. I'm going to show you, well, here's the first group that we moved. They got the new fresh grass here. If you look back here, this is why that we have moved them. As you can see, they've been here about 4 days, about 4.5 days. You can see the grass is mashed down, eat off. A lot of droppings here and there. So we moved them out, moved them there. Now, here's a process that we use. This next group, if you can see them over there, this next group over here is brand new. We just got them in 2 days ago. Matter of fact, no, this is the third day. It's 3 days ago. They're going to be a little challenging to move, but we've got to do it because they got to move and do the same process. So what we're going to do is this fence you see wrapped around here. We're just going to take this fence. We'll be moving it over to another area there beside those chickens. And then once we get that moved over, then we'll get our trailer in here, or our little gator in here, and get our trailer ready so we can start moving, and we'll show you how this process works, and we'll be right back to you. All right, so we're collecting the fence. They make different styles. You got the double spike. We use a double spike. Just for me and us, it's easier because we can just put it in the ground, take our foot and push it in. They make a single spike that you manually have to shove in the ground. It gets a little aggravating from time to time, as you can see. You get this big wad of netting up here, but it's really bad when it's windy. But at the end of the day, this is the best way that we can secure the chickens. I can move this whole setup, that setup you've seen there at the beginning of the video, I can move that whole setup by myself in less than 20 minutes. So in a grand scheme of things, I can move fences, put them up, move the chickens, have them back set up with the charger in 20 minutes. So I'll go down there and show you how I done. My son went around and pulled them out of the ground. I actually just walk around and pull them up out of the ground myself. And if you can see on camera, come over here, Carrie, and show them. This is how I do it. Is if you look at the small blocks, well, when it gets to the first 6-inch block, then that's where I run my arm through. That way I don't have to collect everything in my hand. I just run through that, and then it just hangs on here on my arm, and then I just go on about my business. So this is kind of the way this runs. You just find that first block, and you can go on. All right, so that's got it gathered up, and it's the same process when you lay it down. When you lay it down, you just throw it out and walk around. And once you do this a few times, you kind of get a mental note of the distance and how many posts to make the curve to make a circle back around. We'll do that here in a minute. We'll show you how that's done as soon as I get over to the new area.
Shut up, Kyle. Okay, so we picked up this solar charger from Southern States. Real easy, just on and off switch. Typically we just hook up the ground wire to just a step-in fence post, just because we move around so much that doesn't make sense to keep it in one spot or on a post or something. This post up here, we just tie these together with a little clip right here, and then hook the hot wire onto those to kind of keep the voltage. Pretty simple. When you put it up, you don't want to have any kind of thing laying on the ground wire on the bottom, anything laying on it, because it could kill your voltage. Pretty much it. Yeah, we keep it on this cart just because, like I said, when we do, we move them every 2 or 3 days, so it doesn't make sense to keep them in one spot. So we just keep it on this cart. It makes it helpful if we want to put food or water or something on it as well. So pretty much it.
All right, so we're going to show you how we lay it out. Remember I told you another video of the 6-inch you put on your arm. It's the same way. what we do, since we got it laid out, what we'll do, my son will start on one side, I'll start on the other. And then we'll just lay them out. We'll let you watch here how we do it. You can't really tell on these, but once these go on the ground, we put them at a little bit of an angle. These things stretch over time. The bottoms, whenever you put them in, you can put your foot against them and we'll show you. It tightens the bottom. But if you just stand the post straight up, you're gonna have a large swag in the top. So what we do is we lay it all the way out, and the posts are laid at an angle. When the posts are laid at an angle, then when you get ready to pull them back together at the end, and what it does is when it pulls at the end, it pulls everything on the top and pulls it up tight, and you have very little swag. So we'll do this process and you can watch us. Okay, so like I said, normally the chickens that we've had, it's a little different setup, but this is a setup that we had to put together real quick. But anyway, so normally I can do this whole operation in 20 minutes by myself. We've got the whole family here today, all 4 of us, because these are new chickens. These chickens come from a hatchery. Pretty sure they were used commercially, but they're only like 12 months old. So we're still going to get some good use out of the egg production on them. Almost 100% sure this is the first time I've ever seen sunshine or grass, because this has been a struggle. We have had to put them on the roost 2 nights in a row. Although this morning they actually they got off their self. So they are coming around pretty quickly. They're eating a lot of grass. They're eating food. They're moving around a lot better now. When we first got them, they literally were just huddled in a pile. So they're adapting really well. We're trying to help teach them how to be a free-range chicken or a pasture chicken. So we're going to try this and see what happens. And who knows what's going to happen. So you may have a show, or you may not. So we'll be right back with you and see how this turns out. Okay, so the way that we do this, and if you had more fences, it would be a lot easier. More chickens, more fences, and you could just do one after the other. But we don't have that set up just yet, so we're still learning this whole thing. So what we do is we take the new fence and back it in about 10 feet on the old fence, and then the curve that's in the other one, we just lay it down. As long as there's nothing that grabs a hold of or snatches hold of or anything like that to rip the fibers or the netting, the tires will roll right over top of it. And when you get into the other thing, then all we gotta do is take this one down, move this one in, connect them, and then we're good to go. So here we go. We're gonna try this, see what happens. All right, John, just be really, really easy. John, get in about center. All right, so I want to go over just a little bit and make sure that's off before I touch it. Okay, I want to go over just a little bit here about holes under fences. As you can see, there's a hole under this fence. If you can get your foot and stuff under there, a small predator, mink, or something like that can get under there. So anytime you move your fences around, what you want to do is you want to get a spare. You can order these. Look at this real quick here. You can buy these wherever you get these fences at. We get ours from Premier One. They have these spare fencing posts that you can. They're identical to those. The only difference is these come in a package by themselves and they're not weaved in the fence like these are. So we use them as spares. So important thing though, Carrie, if you want to get a close up, if you look at this, the bottom string right here, this bottom is not electrified. Everything else this way, all the horizontals are. So when you put a post in, you want to make sure you just catch the black, and when you push it in the ground, we get down here in this low spot, and when you push it in, whenever you pull up to put it over the top of the post, then it keeps those electrified cords off the bottom of it. Okay, and I just want to say something real quick. Get over here. Okay, so I just want to direct a little bit of attention to these two right here. For this whole virus thing going on right now, folks, take an opportunity to let your kids help you. It's teaching them good lessons in life. What we've got going on this farm right here, we couldn't do without these. They've really been a great help to us. So I just wanted to draw a little attention to them. And just so that everybody understands that kids, they do want to help and they want to be a part of it. So let them be a part of it. And my son here's got something to say to you.
We didn't rehearse this. All right, guys, we love to hear from our customers and you guys. So like us on Instagram and Facebook. If you like what you saw in these videos, make sure to hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button.
And hit the notification bell.